For look how much the world shall be weaker through age.
Good. It's going to get weaker and weaker. The world. Not the world of Israel, but the corruptible world is going to get weaker and weaker. You can see it right now. The whore is being weakened. How many of you can see that right now? The whore of Babylon, America, she's being weakened as we speak.
What we're seeing around the world is what's called the end of globalization.
Stop.
Globalization.
Pause. The end of globalization. We just read what? What's getting weaker? The world. This is what he's talking about. The end of globalization.
Globalization has failed the West and the United States of America.
They're saying it is done. The end of globalization is how long? How long will the globalization continue? How long? Well, I'm going to tell you this. It's not going to be for much longer. Read on.
And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Ladeth himself with thick clay. Right? Thinking that he could protect himself with the people.
Very fragile dependency on other nations for their stuff. Because America stopped making stuff. The only thing America made was money and technology. And for a long time, that's how the world worked. Technically, it still does, at least on paper.
Take the millstones and grind meal.
Ooh, take the millstones and do what?
And grind meal.
She got to go work now. Before she was putting everybody to work, but now she got to do what? Grind the meal herself. Meaning that some hard times are coming, America. Some very, very rough times are coming, America. America, what you're about to go through, the rest of the world is going to feel it as well. Caribbean, listen to me very closely. You from the Caribbean, you watching this. You're going to feel it even worse because you depend on America for your sustenance. Mind you, you got fertile lands in the Caribbean, some of the best topsoil in the Caribbean, great weather all year round, but yet you go into supermarkets and what you're seeing in there. I hope y'all don't be buying fruits from in the supermarket. Bananas not going to taste real because they're not. They're GMO. They come from where? America. But America expect to kill everyone through their ingredients, through their processes, through their manufacturing systems, and think that it's going to go scot-free? No, the Lord is accounting all of these transgressions and heaping them and piling them up until they reach heaven. Because the book of Revelation said what? Her sins have reached where? Up to where? Up to heaven, right? There you go. So read on.
Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg.
Read.
Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers.
So she's going to be made naked, right? She's going to, in other words, her transgressions are going to be exposed. Like who she really is going to be exposed. Because everyone thought she was what? A fair and delicate princess. But what is she? A whore that can't keep her legs closed because she got to give it up to everybody. She got to give it up to China. She got to give it up to Britain. She got to give it up to France. She got to give it up to whoever she would want to give it up to. She's going to give it up to. And she wants everybody to go in bed with her. That's why, you know, America goes around to every country and try to get everyone to kiss the ring. Kiss the ring. Kiss the ring. But whores think the day of reckoning is never coming. They think they could whore all along. Whore for the rest of their life. Hoes. You cannot whore for the rest of your life. America is showing you that. She's the biggest hoe of them all. You cannot be a whore forever. Your hoeing days are coming to an end. That's what this is going into. All right, so read that last part again. Well, thy nakedness, come on.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Okay, so your transgressions is going to be uncovered. Your wickedness is going to be exposed. Who you really are going to be exposed.
But it's coming to the end. Because fast forward to today, and some of these nations decided to team up and said, okay, we'll make our own system then. And they've become so powerful at this point that the Proof of Weapons Network cannot enforce the rules anymore without going to World War III.
For nation shall rise against nation.
Nation shall rise against nation. Come on.
And kingdom against kingdom.
Read.
And there shall be famines.
There shall be what?
Famines.
Things about to get real rough. When it comes to the food supply, things about to get real rough. When it comes to the water supply, things about to get real rough. The same Bible that you didn't think was real is about to play out for you live and in living color, play for play. The thing that you questioned, the thing that you doubted about the scriptures is being displayed right before your very eyes. So it says, kingdom will rise against kingdom, and there shall be famines. So, my people, beloved, the famine ain't on the way, the famine has started. It's just that you don't realize it as yet.
The world has changed much, and I believe the progress that we have made in the partnership sets us up well for the new world order.
Now is not the time to get tripped up in sin. There's greater things coming. Now is not the time to get tripped up in drama, personal dramas, personal conflicts. Now is not the time to be bickering amongst one another. Oh, I don't like this person, I don't like that person. Now ain't the time for that. You don't realize what's happening around the world? And it's only getting worse. Read it again. You think it's going to get better. Oh, I know what it is. Listen, it's going to blow over. It's going to blow over. Read that again for me.
For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen shall be done hereafter.
Greater than you've seen. Worse than you've seen. Wilder than you've seen and imagined is going to happen. So what you're seeing now is a very small fraction.
The Middle East energy grid is burning, and your cost of living is about to explode. Defying direct warnings from the U.S., Israel just launched a massive strike on South Pars, crippling 70% of Iran's domestic gas supply. But Iran just retaliated, and they didn't aim at Israel. They aimed at the global economy. Extensive damage is already reported. This single plant accounts for 20% of the entire global LNG supply, and it is on fire. And they aren't stopping there. Iran just issued a chilling ultimatum to Saudi Arabia and the UAE. If these facilities are destroyed, they cannot be fixed overnight. Rebuilding takes years. Here is the macroeconomic
Pause. Do you realize, right, that even if they pull out and say they're going to have a ceasefire, do you realize how many years it's going to take for these things that were blown up to be rebuilt? Nothing is going to remain the same. This is what we tell. It's not going to blow over. Stop thinking this is going to blow over. We're not at that point in prophecy where it's going to blow over. We're at the point in prophecy where it's done. It is done. We on the way to the inevitable. The thing you thought that wasn't going to happen, it's happening. That's where we're headed. And you worried about doing some TikTok dance. You worried about getting likes and people sending you DMs. You worried about that.
When natural gas prices surge, the cost to power factories and manufacture every physical good skyrockets. Forget just paying more at the gas pump. We are looking at a catastrophic wave of global inflation that will hit your day-to-day groceries. The war just hit your wallet.
Things are about to get gritty. I'm not saying this to scare you, but you should have the fear of God in you. You need to be prepared. Because the question is, will you survive? Will you survive what's around the corner?
And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to free from these times.
Good. So put away these thoughts of being depressed. These heavy thoughts. Thoughts of, oh, I can't get my house in order. I can't do it. It's too much. Now is the time. Because you ain't got much time. You do not have much time before everything goes kaput. Verse 16.
For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
So what you're seeing now is just a tip of the iceberg. You won't be able to believe your eyes and your ears as to what's exactly around the corner. It will be nothing like you've ever seen. And that is why you got to really set your mind right. There's greater evils than these that are coming. If you think things are bad now, you got another thing coming.